What's up YouTube? Battle City Gaming here. Today I'm here with Gaurav. So, what'd you do?
I got 29th place at LA Regionals post Dark Saviors.
Okay.
So I played True Draco with an extra deck. After Peace got hit, I figured it'd be best to play with an extra deck because I'm playing a couple of pretty spicy cards in here that played really well, and then especially in the mirror match they do really well. But I saw a lot of Brandish Maidens and a lot of Goki Nightmare, and it played really well against them too. So starting off, I played Triple of the Rock. This is really basic. It's probably the best card in the deck. Turns off boards, and I didn't see him as much as I wanted to, but like when I did see him, he performed really well. The one of you have to play him. He's the best one in the deck, and you oftentimes you'll search him off diagram if you don't see him. So yeah, I played one Drea. This guy came up a lot. He did a lot of work this weekend. A lot of people don't like him because he doesn't actually plus you, but he works really well with like cards like True Draco Apocalypse, or even just like when people try to attack and destroy him. Like he floats into something else, and he actually also protects your Dracos from like Ghost Ogre or Strike or whatever. So if you activate the effect while he's on field, the effect might get negated, but they won't get destroyed because he protects from card effects and targeting. And he doesn't need to be tribute summoned for that effect.
Okay.
I played one Maiden. I kind of wish I was playing two because I needed I missed having two because I wanted more monsters in my hand to tribute summon with. But during testing, I saw that she kind of bricked a little bit, so I just used one. And then I played two Ignis. He's pretty good, but like sometimes he'll just keep adding spells off him with no way to really use them. So two is alright. I probably might cut him down to one and play two of her, but he still did really well this weekend.
Yeah.
And then my spicy tech that no one saw coming was Metaltron. A lot of people thought this card was bad and that it wasn't worth playing. He was too neggy, but like every time I dropped this guy or summoned him off Drea, I won that game. And he bricked me like once or twice, but even then I just used Diagram to pop him, so it wasn't a big deal. But like this guy, he's a really good supplement for Masterpiece, and he's like an Ultimate Falcon, a searchable Ultimate Falcon on legs. So like even though like most players are smart enough not to pop like Waking the Dragon or something, like you have a way to summon an Ultimate Falcon technically, so like it's pretty good. And then 3 Diagram, double Terra. In testing, I kept bricking with multiple Terras and like Diagram. I didn't want to see too many field spells, so I cut down Terraform to 2. Still pretty good. Next, triple Demise, triple Duality. Best cards in the deck. They give you so much advantage, and then Duality like makes your board's even stronger because you can add any like power card. Triple and triple. That's goes without saying.
Okay.
The one Stormforth and one Desires. I actually would cut this because now this deck plays so many one-ofs that you don't really want to banish any of them. So, and it's not really necessary. You play enough draw cards and add cards, so you don't really need this. But Stormforth came in clutch a lot today, especially with Metaltron, or on Saturday, so it's pretty good. But then I played 2 Impermanence. This deck, its only weakness going second is not being able to play hand traps, and the deck finally has a hand trap that it can play. It's pretty good, even though I didn't see it as much. When I did, it did work. So, and even like going first, setting the card was like perfectly fine. It's like just a not as good skill drain, but sometimes like someone would evenly match me and they activate in the middle column, and I had to set in the middle column, and I would just chain it by targeting my own monster, so it didn't make a big difference.
Okay.
And then I played 1 Waterfall. Did a lot of work this weekend. It saved me from evenly matched, or like if I had my skill drain up, I can attempt to activate my mini Dracos, chain this, and just plus really hard. Judgment for evenly matched, or like we have reboot or something. Kind of need to play it. Order kills Brandish, kills a lot of decks actually. Skill drain kills almost every other deck in the format. Macro for the mirror match and Gokis, and then Rivalry blows out almost every deck, even against a mirror match. If they're going second and they summon a mono, you can like flip this and like inhibit them for a little bit. and then the 3 Apocalypse, 1 Return. That's basic.
So how many cards in the main deck?
It was really tough to like make a lot of space in this deck, but every card in here did work except Desire. So there was 41. If I cut Desires, it'd be 40. So yeah, 41 cards main deck. Going to the side, I played 1 Raigeki. I didn't really side this in as much, but it was like I just figured like I might as well play it because why not? I thought it was pretty good. Red Reboot. This came up a couple times against Altergeist. Iron Wall. This is just a blindside for like Imperial Order or like if I played Noids, which I didn't, but still pretty good. I played Mistake. This is really good against Goki and Spiral. I had a guy. I was playing against Goki Nightmare. I played against 2. I flipped this on both of them, and they just kind of scooped right there because they couldn't do anything after that. Double Evenly. I only actually resolved this in the mirror match, but like it's like not fair at all. And then 2 Waking the Dragon. This card has caused like a lot of players to like not touch back row at all, and it's pretty crazy how a card like this would do that. And since I was playing an extra deck, like I couldn't make the most out of this card. Like a lot of Draco players, they weren't
Running an extra deck?
they didn't play an extra deck. They were playing the Monarchs Erupt version, which I thought it was fine. Like that's a good build, and that's what I've been playing up until this point. But like I just wanted to play something a little bit more fun. And this card, like I actually resolved this twice because people were they needed to start popping my back row, otherwise I was just gonna straight up win. But this works best in Dracos because they don't know if you're sitting on a floodgate that'll end their turn like immediately or just end the game. So like it worked really well. Triple Cherries. I sided in a bunch of times. I actually never saw it, which kind of sucked, but like in testing it was really good. Then the 1 Sphere mode. This came up against Goki Nightmare. So yeah, I wouldn't really change much in here. I'd probably take out the Raigeki, if anything, but it was pretty good.
Okay.
And then my extra deck, Falcon. That's this. I saw this as like a Cherries and Awakening the Dragon target. Just because like if I did end up hitting it and I had the Cherries in hand, then I could just get rid of it immediately. These are the only 2 cards I actually made with the Ignises and the Majesties. This was actually pretty good. This came up. I did this to a Brandish player who was playing Decode. I baited the target and I used this, burned him for a lot, and then attacked for game. Cherries target, Cherries target, Cherries target, Cherries target, Cherries target. I could have Cherries like most of these things away, but like never saw the card, so kind of sucked. This was actually not only a Cherries target, but I could summon this off of Metaltron effect if I hard summoned him and said they somehow got over the card through battle or card effect. Same thing with this card. It's pretty, in theory it was like really good, but I never got to summon it because no one could get over the card. And then this was also a Cherries target. This was also a Cherries target, but also a Metaltron target. Cherries, Metaltron, Cherries target. So these all pretty much came up. Or they would have come up if I drew Cherries, but never did.
Ah, nice. So how are your matchups at the regional?
Okay, let me think. So round 1, I played against Cosmo. It was pretty easy. The guy just picked up the deck, and I beat him 2-0. Round 2, I played against. I played the mirror match. What was the mirror match? I was playing against an Erupt Draco player. That ended in a draw because game 1 I lost because he opened macro on me and he went first. Game 2 I won. I dropped the Metaltron and he could not out it, but he was like, we spent like multiple turns. He spent multiple turns trying to dig for a Forbidden Chalice that he could chalice his own monster with and like beat over my Metaltron, but like it was like super stupid. I asked him if he wanted to go to game 3 and he kept digging, and then by the time we got to game 3, time was called and we were forced to call it a draw. Game 3 was Goki Nightmare. I beat that 2-1. He won the die roll, went first. I was able to break his board and win. Game 2, he opened like a really crazy board, and then I just couldn't get around it. Game 3, I went first and I beat him. Game 4, round 4, I played against, I believe it was Brandish Maiden. Yeah, it was Brandish Maiden. The player I played against, he kind of cheated a few times, but like we went to game 3 and it was in turns. I opened Imperial Order Judgment, even though those would pretty much win me the game any other time, but in turns they're what caused me to lose because like you just had to sit on like defense position monsters, and I couldn't draw a monster to turn off the order, which kind of sucked. That's where I missed the maiden because I was sitting on like an Ignis, so that sucked. Round 5, I believe I played against ABC with gadgets. It was pretty easy. I just flipped Iron Wall on him. Game 2 and he lost. And game 1 I beat him just a mono. Round 6, I played against another Goki Nightmare. I beat him as well, just because I was able to break whatever board he made, and like I sphere moded. I think game 2 I sphere moded him because he went first, and he just scooped right there. So that was round 6. Round 7, I think I played against a Dino player. I bricked really hard both games and I lost, which was really unfortunate because I knew I could beat him. It was just lost roll dinos, but yeah. Round 8, what did I play against round 8? Round 8, I played against, I believe it was Altergeist. I beat them really well. My deck has a good matchup against it. And then round 9, I played against a Blue Eyes player, and he was pretty good. I think his build was a Calamities build, but like he purposely didn't summon Calamities on me just because it'd give me more draws off Heritage if I popped it with a trap, which is pretty easy to do in my deck. So he just focused on banishing my back row with Spirit, but in the end I still won because I was able to out-resource him, and yeah, pretty much. And then round 10, I played against Trickstar. I beat that deck 2-0, and yeah, it's pretty fun day. I learned a lot. It was my second regional, but I probably could have done a little bit better if I hadn't gone into that draw earlier on, which sucks. But either way, it's pretty fun.
What was your record by the end of that?
I was 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw.
Okay then. Alright, so before we end this video, do you have any shoutouts to do?
I would like to shout out Battle City Gaming and everyone who loaned me cards. So like Jason, Taylor, Arturo, Connor, and then anyone else who I missed, I apologize, but I shout you guys out too. I also want to shout out the guys I went with, Alex, Damon, Surya, Miguel. Yeah, that's you, fucking dumbass. And shut the fuck up. And then I also like to shout out Chris Magpio. He did really well for his first regional. He played top tables with Block Dragon Turbo, so that's pretty cool. I also like to especially shout out Surya, who helped me test and build this deck. It's pretty fun. And I want to also shout out Noah and his brother for helping us test and everything like that too. And I also like to shout out Alexis. He loaned me his Electromite, so thank you.
Okay then, alright, thank you very much for your deck pro, Gaurav. So remember, this is True Draco's with an extra deck. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and catch us later on.